Hey, we got a great call lineup. As you know, today is Wednesday, and this month we're so blessed, so honored. What a great job he's done for us, all of us, no matter whose organization you're in. He's started at the age 20 years old in the ACN, and he traveled from Trinidad. He watched the planes go overhead, go into America, and he said, one day, one day, one day, one day. And he says, when I get to America, I'm going to set it on fire. And you know, most people come from other countries. They come in with a passion to succeed. Not saying we don't, but they have a passion to succeed, and they let nothing stop them. Finally, that day came, July 9th of 2002. That day came when he left Trinidad, landed from Trinidad into Baltimore, into an area that's not a great area. But he said to this, if it's to me, it's up to me. He's a regional vice president. He's popped 2 or 3 RVPs. He will be the youngest SVP in the company. So important to take notes and listen to him. He's a ripe young age of 28 years old. He's been on board 8 years with our company. What a phenomenal leader he is. That's why I won him on our calls, and I watched his history of him getting started, to going to the top, to coming down here, to going right back up. Now as a senior vice president, soon to be. Without further ado, the great, the one and only Shakeel Cooper.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir. I can hear you fine. Are you in Miami?
No, I'm going to Miami tomorrow night. I'll be in Miami tomorrow night. But where I normally do my meetings, they had an inspection, so I had to drive to Starbucks, you know, last minute. So we're going to make this work. This is going to be the best training that Starbucks have ever seen before. So I'm excited to be back again today. Today, you know, I'm really excited, honestly, because it's always great talking to you guys. You know, it's like my second family. But you know what I love doing these meetings every other month, it really motivates me because it helps me sharpen my skills by being able to share with you guys the things that I've learned. And today, I put together a few different topics. I think it's 10 different topics that I'm just going to talk on. But first, I want to show you a quick 3-minute video, right? And when you watch this video, it's going to blow your mind, because I want you to ask yourself this question while you're watching the video. How bad do you really want it? And I don't think that you're prepared to see what I'm about to show you. So, you know, if you're not focused, I want you to give me all your undivided attention. But more importantly, really watch this video and ask yourself, how bad do I really want it? And you're going to see some things in this video that's just going to blow your mind, but it's going to open your mindset up to the things that you're doing. And you're going to ask yourself this question, right? What I'm doing right now, would I want my family, my next generation, following after my footsteps if I done the right thing? So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to play the video. Hold on one second.
The rock that was used to build this dam contains essential minerals that have been dissolved in water. Minerals rich in the calcium that these animals need to stay strong. And they'll scale a dam to get them.
In una situazione estrema, diciamo così, di ripidità, la possibilità di leccare del sale è una tentazione fortissima.
Without these salts and minerals, their bones won't grow, their nervous systems and muscles can't function. Movement and coordination can falter.
Io ho abbastanza paura quando sono in situazioni molto ripide e guardo verso il basso, non sono di certo uno stambecco.
There's a strong bond between mother and kid, and the kid will follow her wherever she goes. The ibex eventually make it to the prize. Salt from the earth, dissolved in water, continues on its journey into their bodies. Where it's used in the nerves and muscles that control dexterous pincer-like hooves. Vital ingredients carried around by a simple molecule with remarkable properties.
So when I watched that video, I don't know about you guys, but you got to ask yourself the question, how bad do you really want it? See, those goats had to climb a vertical dam just for some salty water to survive. And then on top of it, they let their baby young follow behind them. Do you know that's our real life? Do you know that your kids are following exactly after what you do? See, I see so many times when, when people have kids that they never really put any energy into really saying to myself, is everything I'm doing right now good for my kids? Is it good for the next generation? Because for so many times I see people, they do things and then their kid follow right behind them and then they get mad that their kid is doing what they do. But it's the same way for business, right? When you do something in a business, right? And your team is following after you, right? It's the same way. So if you're not doing the right things, if you're not taking the right steps, the people that's following behind you, they're following after you for a reason. So when I saw that video and I said, myself, I want to play that video today because I know that somebody on the call that saw that video is saying to themselves, that's me. Everywhere I go, there's always somebody following behind me. It can be your team, it can be your family, but where are you leading them to? See, in that video, the mother led the child to something that was going to help the child survive long term. And it's the same way in this business. So what I want to do right now is kind of go right into the things that I want to talk about. So a team will have a life on its own once you find a leader. Just think about it, right? For so many years, people have been involved in this industry and they haven't figured this one thing out. It's not about you. It's about you finding great leaders. See, yes, when we get involved in a company, we want to go to the top. We want to be the deal. We want to, have all the light on us. But the goal for that is for you now to take that same light and to put it on somebody else. Because I can honestly tell you that when I first got involved in the business, everyone that know me, I was always the deal. They always talked about me. They always used my story. And I'll talk about, why stories are so important at the end, because I understood that I had to find other people that was better than me, not people that was like me, but people that was better than me. And you have to go out there and find people that's better than you, because when you find people that's better than you, it's going to inspire you and it's going to motivate you and it's going to help you become a better leader. Because the goal in this business is to find leaders. The goal in this business is not to be the person that's doing the work 24/7, 365. There's been people that have been involved for 5-10 years and they still haven't found a team because they are not looking for leaders. They are just out there looking for anybody that need an opportunity. No, you don't look for people that need an opportunity. You look for people that want an opportunity, because the people that need it 9 times out of 10 is not going to take it serious. When I got involved in ACN, I didn't quote unquote needed it. I wanted to get involved because I did not want to continue to live the lifestyle that I was living before. You got to find people that's automatically, they're leaders on their own. When I got involved in the business, all my mentor had to do was tell me what to do. He lived 3 hours away. He drove to Baltimore once a week to do meetings. What happened those other 6 days? He wasn't there. Who done the work? I had to step up and take the work. But first, you have to be a great leader before you attract great leaders. See, you got to ask yourself this question. The reason why I haven't found the person that I need to help me get my business to the next level is because I am not working hard enough to get to the next level. You got to put it on you. You can't blame nobody else for why you're not where you need to be. You got to blame you, because guess what? The moment that you start working on yourself is the moment that you will start to attract people into your organization. I remember when I first got involved and it was just me. I remember everyone that got in and I remember everyone that quit. Now I don't know my team. I don't know my team. I have a new team because my old team created their own team. They have their own LLCs. They have their own movement. They do their own meetings. When I get on Instagram, all I see is new business partner got started. New business partner got started. Meetings, and all day, every day. Every time I check, every time the system update, there's new customers and there's new business partners, and I don't even know them. The reason why I don't know them because I found other leaders that can duplicate the things that I've done. See, I'm not working hard my whole entire career. I'm working smart. I worked hard when I first got involved, and now I work smart. And by me working smart now, I'm getting more results today than I did when I first started. How is that possible? How am I having more results working smart than working hard today? It's because I found other leaders. And that's the ultimate goal. It's not about you. It's about finding other people that's going to go out there and it's going to take the blueprint and they're going to run the play. You got to be a great coach, but first you got to be a great player. The next one, the magic of tap rooting. A recruit is not a recruit until he or she has a recruit. See, this is one thing that I focus on a lot in my business, tap rooting. When I find someone to get involved in a business, I'm going to get through your contacts ASAP. I want to talk to your mom. I want to talk to your daddy. I want to talk to your son, mom, your daughter's mom. I want to talk to everybody. When I first got involved in the business, I used to be at any and everybody's house. When I tell you we used to drive to people's homes and it used to be roaches, all kinds of stuff you see in the hood in Baltimore. I mean, it's home meetings where you don't even want to sit on the couch. It's holes in the ceiling, water dripping. I've been doing meetings and the water is dripping on the table. But guess what? In order to get through people's network, you got to go meet up with them and get through their network, because a recruit is not a recruit until they have a recruit. See, most of the time people, they get excited when they get one person there, but they do nothing with them. The moment that you get somebody in, the moment is you supposed to get somebody out of them and then do the same thing over and over and over. And guess what that does? It builds debt. I think I'm on 50, 60 levels now that I'm building in my business, almost 50 levels deep. Probably more. And it's because tap rooting. You got to tap root. It's not about who you know, because listen, the people that you already knew, if they could get you to where you're trying to go, they would already gotten you a long time ago. You're going to make money with strangers. I make no money with none of my friends. Everybody I make money with today, I didn't know them before the business. Everyone that I knew before the business, I don't make money with them. I don't make money with nobody in my family in this business. And it's crazy because they watch me having worked a job in almost 8 years. 8 years. When I turn 30, it will make it a decade. Do you understand that if you learn how to tap root, you'll also learn how to build leverage? Because that's all tap rooting is leverage. Because the moment that somebody feels as though they are the deal, they want to run their own business. They don't want you in the mix. Last week, matter of fact, the past 3 weeks, my team, they had their own retreats in Ocean City where they took the team on jet skis and they got the beachfront, whatever. I think it was a hotel or a condo. I don't know what it was, but I know I was on social media and I was watching my team in Ocean City driving jet skis, living their best life. And guess who had nothing to do with it? Me. When they came back home, guess what I seen in my back office? New reps, new customers. I woke up today, somebody hit 300 points. I never met the lady. Only talked to her on the phone. How is people getting 150, 100 points, regional director, all of these promotions, and they're doing it on their own? I'm not physically there doing the work with these people. We don't have any Saturday trainings in person. How am I having more success now than before? And now it's by me working smart, not me working hard. And I found so many people, I've heard so many stories, people saying, oh, he don't do this, he don't do that. They don't understand that I work smart, I don't work hard. Because if you look at the charts, my organization's in the charts. They're not even on the charts. The people that's talking about, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, you look on the charts, they're not there. But you look on the charts, my organization is there. I chose not to be the quote unquote deal right now. And the reason why, because guess what? You can leverage your quote unquote celebrity to build yourself a brand where you're just making money nonstop. See, I'm not playing the game like everybody else. I'm not just some regular IBO. I'm a brand. I plan on being here for a long time. I plan on building other leaders, building other people so that they got their own brand. They running their own show. I'm looking at what I'm building. And think about the music industry, right? There's only 3 top labels, right? But it's what, hundreds of companies that's under them. You hear about the people, but guess what? The person at the top, you don't even know who owns the record industry. You don't even know who owns any of the top industries that we all watch, we all spend money on. But guess what? Those people are the people that's working smart, not the artists that's up and down the road every single day, touring, doing shows. They're making pennies compared to what the person at the top that's working smart is making. So you got to ask yourself this question. Do you want to work smart or do you want to work hard your whole entire life? Because everyone that I know that's working hard their whole entire life, they never have time to do the things that they want to do. What are your dreams and what are your goals? I don't care if you're 18 or you're 80, you should still have goals. If you woke up today, you should have goals. What are your goals and what are your dreams? Ask yourself that question every single day. Do you know where you are going in life? Because if you don't know where you're going, guess what? Somebody else had plans for you, and guess how much they had planned for you? Not much. Not much at all. And the moment I realized that nobody else is going to get me to where I need to go is the moment I realized that I had to do what I had to do to get me where I need to go. And that's probably a reason why growing up, I never chased relationships, because I didn't need somebody else to make me feel whole. Growing up with a mom, my mom taught me how to cook. My mom taught me how to clean. My mom taught me how to survive on my own without a woman. So yes, I do need a woman, but I don't need a woman in my life because I can already do everything on my own. And most men today, they cannot survive without a woman. And that's what most women today, they can't survive without a man, because guess what? In their life, they never truly knew what it is to be independent. They always need some external something to make them feel whole. And this ties into this, your dreams and your goals. If you're spending all your time and energy searching for love and searching for all these other things, and you're not searching for what you really want to do in life, then you're never going to be satisfied. You're never going to be satisfied. You're never. I told people, I live by this quote. You lose money chasing women, but you'll never lose a woman chasing money and your goals. Because why? Women love guys that's motivated. Women love men that's going out there achieving things. Just think about it, right? Those are the people that we want to be with, right? For the men, like me, I want a woman that's driven, have goals, inspire me, pushing me to become better every single day. See, those are the type of goals I want. I don't care how good you look on the outside. That don't do nothing for me. What do you have up here? If you don't have nothing up here, all that on the outside, it don't mean anything to me. Because I would take a 6 that got something up here over a 10 that have nothing any day. That's just me. Because guess what? If you with me, I'll make you a 10 just by being with me. I'm just sorry. That's just me. Because guess what? I'm going to elevate anybody that I bring into my life. It don't matter who you are. I'm going to make you a better person than you was before, because I've learned a lot of things that anybody can learn in life, and anybody can apply it to the things that they want. And you got to motivate your empire, motivate your family, motivate your team, motivate the people around you. If you're not motivating the people around you, then you need to get away from those people. And if they're not motivated by you, then you don't need those people in your circle anyway. Listen, I am what you call a lone wolf, but I also have a wolf pack. But I'm a lone wolf. I tell people that all the time. I like being by myself. Why? Because people are people. When you're just different, you can't stand just to be around a lot of people because of their energy. Listen, if you don't have any good type of energy, if you're not teaching me anything, if you're not bringing anything to the table, that means that you're taking from the table. So I always motivate my team. How do I motivate my team? By showing them that, listen, for the past 8 years, I haven't worked a job. That's motivation. To be able to say, you know what, at 20 years old, I'm just going to work for myself. And then 8 years later, you're still working for yourself. And for the rest of your life, guess who you plan on working for? Yourself. That's motivation. Because it's most people today. My mom is what, 51? She's still working every single day. And she's doing a job that she don't really like. But guess what? She got to pay the bills. And that's 97% of the people in the world. They're not really doing what they love. They're just doing something to pay the bills and get by. That's not living life. That's not living life. And you know what's so funny about this? So for so many years, people just been chasing money. And now, I don't know if you go to the store like me, but everything is getting expensive. Diapers for my son went from $30 to almost $40 in the past, 90 days. Everything is, I went to the grocery store that day, spent $300, looked at the fridge today, what did I buy? So guess what, right? Everything is rising up and your minimum wage is staying the same. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna wait until something so bad happens where prices for gas is $15 a gallon to do something, or you're gonna do something now so that when things like that happen, no matter what, guess what? Money's coming in every day. Every day. Every day, you're making money every day. Why? Because you're working for yourself. You know, I look at what's going on in Maryland right now. They just cut off unemployment. It's not supposed to be cut until September, but they stopped it July 3rd. People don't know what to do. Because for so long, they thought that this unemployment was gonna keep coming in. They just gonna keep giving us money forever. They didn't take the money and invested it. They didn't do anything with it. They just took the money, went shopping. Everybody's rich on Instagram. But now things are more expensive. They thought it was free money. The cost of living is going up. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna motivate your empire to survive? Because I know for a fact that me and my son, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. Why? Because guess what? I've been working for 8 years preparing for when things like this happen. It's called intellectual property. They can't take it from you. I figured out the blueprint. You can't take it from me. I have a money printer right here because people will pay me just to hear the information I know. How much are you working on yourself where you become valuable? Not the things that you have, but your mindset, the things that you can teach people. Will someone pay you to learn the things that you got in your mind? Ask yourself that question. Would somebody pay you to hear the things that you have in your mind? And if the answer is no, then you need to work on yourself more. Because it's all the time people will pay you to speak. I remember people paid me before to do an event in another city just to hear me speak. Why? Because the value they knew I put time, energy on my craft. Everyone have the opportunity to be their own business, to print their own paycheck. You got to understand that by you bringing value to yourself and you coming involved in a company like ACN, you can take your life to another level because it's not about the company. People don't follow a company, they follow a person. They follow a person. So to go into that, the mental game. This is a mental game that you're playing. Life is all mental. It's all mental. And most people are so weak that when life beat them up, they just give up. They give up. Something happened, they give up. You can't give up because guess what? Every single day that you wake up, your mind will always play tricks on you. Your mind will always play tricks on you. How strong are you mentally? How strong are you mentally? Ask yourself this question. Are you mentally strong for that? No matter what goes on in your life, that you're going to get up the next day and keep moving forward. You're going to keep being persistent. Keep being persistent. Keep being persistent and keep being persistent because guess what? That's the only thing that's going to get you out of the game. Listen, listen, the confidence I have now today is something that I just trick my mind to just have all the time because if I allow life and the things around me to get to me, mentally, I'm going to be out of the game. So you got to talk like this. I don't speak like this, quote unquote, all day, every day. But guess what? I know when life starts to play trick on me, I put that mental game like, man, this is nothing. I'm going to get over this. Like I have, my son's mom, she said that, I don't even know the word to call it, but she's like, you're not moved by anything. You just don't care. You're nonchalant. She says I'm nonchalant because guess what? If certain things, I'm not going to let anything get to my mental. I just don't care. See, some of the things that people are going to call you in the world, to the average person, it's going to be like, man, that's harsh. To me, that's good because guess what? I know I'm different. Because if I allow any and everything to get to me, I won't be where I'm at today. So guess what? Being nonchalant, not caring about things is not going to get me or my son to the level in life that we're trying to get to. Yeah, I don't care. I only care about things that's trying to get me to where I need to go. And you on this call today, you have to develop the same mindset. Stop caring about things that's not getting you where you need to go. I don't care what it is. Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Because listen, when everyone told me that I was a loner, I don't have no friends, all of this and all of that, you know, because I choose to stop surrounding myself with people that was playing mental games with me, people that just wanted to be around me because I was successful. Do you know how I feel for people just to quote unquote love you just because the success that you have? I knew people that they just heard how much money I made and was they act like I knew them their whole life. I'm your brother. I'm all of that. I don't even know you, but you treated me like you know me because you know that I'm making money. And anytime you're making money, everyone want to be your friend. Everybody loves you. Everyone want to hang with you. Go broke and see how many people call you. That's why I got a new number, because they thought I went broke and now they can't call me. And it's nobody taking from the pot but my son. And the pot is getting heavier every single day. I cut all the loose strings out of my life. You can't play mental game with me. The only person that called me every day is my mother. That's it. It's my mom. Because she didn't play mental games with me. She didn't have a lot of money, but guess what? She took care of me. She did everything she's supposed to do to help me become the man I am today. So I don't allow to play mental games with nobody. I don't care who you are. Praise progress. Praise the people on your team. I don't care if you get 1 point, 2 point, 5 point, 6 point. Listen, everything is a bonus. This is how I live my life. Everything that anybody does in my organization is a bonus. Everything they do is a bonus. I praise you for everything. I praise you for your one customer. I praise you for 300 customers. I praise you for anything, because guess what? You don't have to do anything. This is a volunteer army. Stop getting mad at people for not doing the things that they don't want to do at the moment. Praise them. How do you not know that by you praising them for getting that one customer, they might want to go out there and get 10 more customers? Listen, I praise everybody. I show love to everybody on my team. I don't make you feel bad when you're not producing. Everybody has seasons, because I know how people made me feel when they thought I wasn't producing, when I was getting my life in order. But I also had my team running and we still was making money. So guess what? My team never left my side, the real people, because I've always praised their progress when they was doing good and when they was doing bad. Because they came to me many times and told me that they didn't like how they was being treated by other people that wasn't showing them love when they wasn't producing the same way when they was producing. So guess what I do? I praise everybody for anything that they do. I'm not going to treat you different when you're not putting in reps than when you are putting in reps. You're the same person. Because I know that if you're really down, we're going to build this for a long time. It's not about the sprint, it's about the marathon. And too many people, they live in a microwave society where they want everything right now. If it ain't about right now, it ain't working. No, it's not about right now. It's about the marathon. It's about the long term, right? Create that team culture. If you don't have your own team culture, then you are dependent on somebody else's culture. I don't want anybody else's culture. Yes, I would take great things that I like from other people's culture and bring it into my team culture. So everybody has something that they're great at, and you just take the good and you just put it into your team culture. And from that point on, it's going to duplicate, and they're going to be other teams. But guess what? They all got the same culture. I don't care what you call your team. Because I know I had people on my team that they named their organization Wolfpack something, right? And then there's other people where they created their own brand. But guess what? It's still the same culture. I don't care what you name it. As long as you take the culture and you continue to duplicate the culture, the name don't mean anything to me. I want everyone in my organization to be independent. I want everyone to have their own brand. Rep your own team, but guess what? At the end of the day, you still under my umbrella. Look at any major corporation. It's only a handful at the top, but guess what? There's thousands of companies that's under them. Do you think they care? No, they don't care. It's the same way for us. See, the reason why I think like a Fortune 500 company is because that's what I'm trying to build. I'm thinking big. I'm not thinking small business. Some people are too busy thinking small business, thinking local. Listen, My new team is going to be called Wolfpack Global. I'm going global. When I get my private jet one day on the wing, guess what it's going to say? WG, Wolfpack Global, Aviation. See, listen, I've been thinking about owning my own plane. I've been thinking about owning hotels, owning apartment complexes. I'm not just thinking about renting a house out. I'm thinking big. I'm sorry, it takes the same energy to think big as it does to think small. In the way that I think make most people uncomfortable because they don't know how to think big. That's why they say never tell a big dream to a small-minded person, because they'll always, always, always tell you that you can't do it. I stopped telling my goals to people, and I just put it in my journal. Actually, I just bought a new journal. You guys want to see it? I bought it a couple days ago. So it says, take note. I got a new journal. It's like my 50th journal, right? I mean, you guys probably can't see it, but I'll read you a little bit what's in my journal, right? It says, I am a millionaire. I am financially free. I am wealthy. I am a monthly 6-figure earner. I am now living in Miami, Florida, and Houston, Texas. You know, I am, approved for high limit credit cards. I always have plenty of money. I am lavishly supplied. I receive gifts of wealth, cash, and checks. The universe pays me well. I am an open door to wealth. My bank account is filled with a lavish supply. I receive investments that are quickly multiplied. I receive endowments that pays me millions of dollars. Listen, these are some of the things that's in my journal. This is what I put down on paper. I am open-minded to receiving wealth. I love my happy and abundant life. Life is abundant. I am a money magnet. Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. I am the master of my money. I am grateful to be financially free. I really love myself. My position in ACN is easily and effortlessly. I experience more abundance, prosperity, and wealth in my business and personal life. I watch how my business continues to grow, expand, and flourish. I am earning $100,000 a month. These are some of my goals. What are your goals? See, I'm not just telling you things on these calls just to tell you, they're on paper. It might not happen when I want it to happen, but I promise you it will happen. And that's what most people get caught up on. Oh, when it's going to happen. It's not your job to figure out when it's going to happen. It's going to happen when it's meant to happen. But your job is to put it on paper. Success compression. All that means is that you are supposed to compress success. When you got involved in the company, you're supposed to set your record. And then from there, your team got to beat your record. And then from there, guess what? The record continue to get beat over and over again. And now, the record is getting beat on my team. People are doing it in 5 months. People are doing RD, in a couple of months. I got a guy right now, he only been in a month and a half, and he's halfway done. So the goal is to help him get RD in 3 months. The goal is to compress the success. People are supposed to be doing it faster. You're supposed to be cutting time. People are not supposed to be doing it longer than you. If you know how to do something fast, why would you teach somebody to do it longer than you did? Your job is to duplicate fast success stories. People making money fast. People are getting paid fast. Fast wins the race, not the slow. I know a lot of people say slow and steady wins the race. No, it don't. Because you know what slow and steady to me is? Working a job, making minimum wage my whole entire life compared to somebody that's building a business and they moving it's nothing against jobs, but I'm just saying a job is like a turtle. A business is like a bunny rabbit. Because guess what? As a business owner, you have the world to go out there and share your product or service with. But when you have a job, you're stuck in this one place, doing this one thing, getting paid the same amount every 2 weeks. So you already know where your life is going to be at, because guess what? All you got to do is multiply your hours by the dollars. But if you own a business, there's billions of people in the world. Every week can be different. Every day can be different. Why? Because you never know who you might talk to that can take your business to another level. So you guys kind of get what I'm saying? Okay. Last but not least, right? Stories inspire. The reason why your story is really important, I'm going to tell you why. The reason why your story is important because people are going to sell your story, right? I'm going to tell you this, right? I'm going to be real with y'all. When I got involved in ACN, I told myself, I got to set a story, man. Like, what's my story going to be? I said, you know what, the moment I get involved, and it really took me the day after I came and seen ACN, because my mentor didn't let me sign up the first day, right? Let me tell you how crazy this is, right? I went to a regional on a Saturday, right? He stayed overnight, right? So I remember going to the regional, and he took us out at the hotel because it was downtown, right? So we in a hotel, right? And he was like, man, y'all want to get something to eat? I'm like, yeah, sure. He's like, man, get whatever you want. So he got me I think it was a crab cake, saying, but it was like $25. I'm like, you got $25 for just a sandwich and no fries, no anything? I'm like, man, this guy got some money for real. So he took us out to eat, paid the bill, and he paid on his credit card. And I'm just like, man, this guy might be serious, right? So he was like, man, if you guys serious, let's schedule a 24-hour event the next day. Let's do an event, invite some people over, and I'll stick overnight, and I'll come by and see if you guys are serious. I said, okay. The next day, he didn't let me sign up the first day. So the next day, we had a meeting at the guy that got me involved in the business, right? And he didn't have anybody over there, right? He didn't even have the money to sign up. My mentor paid for my sponsor to sign up in the company because he didn't have the money. So he paid for him to sign up and put me under him, right? And then we had a meeting. So I got my first business partner that day, right? And then he was like, man, you are serious. Because the guy that he invited to, he didn't have the money, and he didn't have anybody else that signed up. I had the money, and I had a business partner that signed up. I got my first rep, my first day in the business. Signed them up, right? Then from there, the next day, I got my other best friend in, right? But then he ended up quitting. Now, today, if he would have stayed involved in the business, he would be overriding over 5,000 customers. This was my best friend. Because I got involved in the business, he was jealous of me. Just like every other guy that I've always been around, they all jealous because guess what? When you know where you're going in life, you don't need a pack to follow after you. I've always been the lone wolf. Every person that's been around me, they've been around me because I was moving forward. I didn't get around other people because they was moving forward. So when he seen that, he quit. I'm like, bro, I paid for you to get involved in the business. You my best friend. We was broke in high school. I gave you an opportunity so we can really make some money. Now you don't want to do it. You skeptical? Okay, cool. I took him out. Boom. First 2 weeks, got somebody else in. Made my money, right? $1,300 in the company. I said, man, this is easy. I said, you know what? By my 4th week in the company, I had 60 points. No, 50 points, because at that point, you didn't need 60 points. You needed 50 points. So I got it done. I'm like, yo, this is easy. They said, just talk to people. I said, man, I talked to everybody. I had people home phone, didn't even need a home phone. Every service. Why? Because I followed the system. I didn't care what people thought. Listen, I showed you the business. If you don't want to do it, become my customer. Everybody wanted to become my customer. Why? Because guess what? I told them straight, listen, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna become successful. I'm gonna be rich. So either you support me now, or when you see me down later in life, you're gonna regret it. And guess what? Since day one, I've always told people that. I told my mom, like, listen, one day I'm gonna be rich. One day I will be rich. I told my mom this the moment I got off the plane. You telling me I did all of this to come to America and I'm just gonna just work a job and do what everybody else is doing? Nah, that ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. So when I seen ACN, I said to myself, man, this is the easiest thing in the world. All I gotta do is talk to people. I've been prepared for this my whole entire life. From Applebee's to Baltimore City, going to school in Baltimore City, growing up in the hood, I done dealt with the worst of worst. What? Somebody telling me no? That's all you can tell me is no? Let's go. I talk to everybody. There's nobody in Baltimore that don't know I do ACN. Nobody. And now today, anybody that see me, guess what? They have nothing but respect for me because they watch me. When I told everybody, when they watch everybody that I started with quit, and they still see that, man, you still here? Whatever happened, they don't even talk about it. It was like, man, what's up with them guys you used to be with? I don't know. Do you remember in college when they told you look left, look right? You're not going to see these people next month or next year or next 2 semesters? It's real. Because when I went to college and they told me that, I remember the first couple of months, one of the guys I was cool with, he dropped out. Then 6 months later, the other one dropped out. I was the only one still stuck going to school. But then when I seen the business, I said, man, I'm out of here. And it's because, listen, I didn't drop out of school because I really wanted to. I dropped out of school because I seen so many people going to death for something that they don't like. I was going to school for a communication major. What is that? You hear so many stories about people having all these college degrees for things that anybody can get a college degree. You're going to school to get you $40,000, $50,000 in debt just to get a communication major. Are you serious? I'm not down on your degree, but I'm like, come on, let's be real. You starting your life off in negative. You better off taking that same money and starting a business. I'm just being real with you because the only reason why I'm happy that I did go to college because I was able to go back and recruit everybody. I stopped going to class and I started having meetings on college campuses. So instead of going to my classes, guess what? I was up there every single day having meetings in the library, in the lounges. Listen, I personally my counselor had to remove me from school. I just stopped going. I didn't tell anybody anything. I just stopped going. And I was cool with my counselor. And she was like, man, I pulled you out of the system, bro. Because guess what? I stopped going. I don't care. Why would I spend all my life, all my energy learning from people that didn't have anything? Why am I going to learn from a college professor that's driving a 1990 Toyota Camry and I'm driving a 2007 Infiniti? I'm driving a better car than my teachers. Does that make sense? No, it don't make sense to me. I'm sitting in class, I'm like, man, you teaching me and you in $100,000 worth of debt talking about I'm going to get another degree. Listen, I know too many people with a bunch of degrees and ain't doing nothing with it. It just look good. You got it because guess what? You want somebody else to talk about how good of a person you was. My son graduated from this school. Who cares? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And guess what? And so for so many years, people do things just because of other people. You probably didn't even want to go to college. You probably didn't even want that degree because mommy wanted you to be a doctor and daddy wanted you to be this and this person wanted you to be that, but you never done what you wanted to do. So you done did all of that to make other people happy, and now you stuck in all this debt and you don't know what to do with your life. You regret all the things. Do you know how many people live in life of regret? You know it's nothing worse than living a life of regret. Do you understand that I'm so happy that everything that I've done in the past that I don't regret it because I knew that, guess what? I'm living the life I always want to live today. And it's not about how much money you can make. It's about the freedom to do what you want to do whenever you want to do it, to live where you want to live, travel where you want to travel, and not having to ask anybody for any days off. To me, that's living life. It's not about how much money you got in your bank account. Nobody cares about how much money you got in your bank account. If you can't live life the way you want to live life, your bank account don't matter. It don't matter. You can buy all these things that you want, but guess what? You still can't do what you want to do. So if you can't do what you want to do, your money don't matter to nobody but you. And that's why I tell women all the time, I don't care about a woman degree. I don't care about a woman, how much money she got. That don't mean nothing to me. That's for you. What can you bring to the table? How can you help me build an empire? Because guess what? If you are in my circle and you're not helping me build or contribute to the empire, then you have to get away from the table. Because if you're not putting on the table, you're taking from the table. So like I tell all you guys on the call, right? The things I be talking about, it ain't just about ACN. I'm talking to you about real life. You can take it and apply it to ACN, but I'm just telling you real life. Because I'm not a role model. I'm a real model. I'm not perfect. I've been through, listen, I've done a lot of things. I learned from it. And that's why I'm able to teach people now. Listen, I don't care if you're 18 or you're 80, you can learn from me. Because guess what? I learned from everybody. I learned from people that just don't have what I want. And I said to myself, I don't want that for me. I don't want that for my son. Because honestly, I can tell you that, listen, the moment that you do something that it really makes you happy is the only thing that matters in life. Because at the end of your life, if you don't do the things that made you happy, then you never really live life. It's not about how long you live life. It's about the quality of life that you lived. It's people that live life maybe 30 years, right? And they lived a better life than somebody that lived 70, 80 years. It's about the quality of life that you live. I'm not even at my peak yet. I look at myself, I'm still learning, but guess what? I'm so far ahead because I know that I put the time and the energy into growing myself, into reading the books, into watching the videos. You know, I get told all the time, all you want to do is sit on YouTube and watch videos all day. You boring. I'm boring, but I'm learning something every single day that's taking me to another level. So when people tell me all these things about myself, I'm like, man, it's crazy that the moment that you start working on yourself and doing things that everybody else is not doing, that they will put their insecurities on you to make you feel bad. Because what I tell you is this, right? This is how life is, right? When you first start off, right? This is you, this is your friends, this is your family, this is everybody around you, right? You start to do this, right? And they're right here, right? You continue to go up. They're right here, right? In order for you guys to be on the same level, you got to come down to their level. It ain't happening. It's only up for me. I don't even look down. I only look up. When I wake up in the morning, I don't look at the ground, I look at the sky. Because guess what? You know, the ground is limited. It's right there. The sky, you can go as high as you want to. And with me and where I'm trying to go in life, listen, nobody is stopping me. Nobody's getting in the way. I know where I'm going. I know why I went out of life. And guess what? I'm going to get it. It don't matter how long it takes. I know I'm going to get it. Why? Because guess what? I already got it written down. I already have it in my head. And I see it every single day. I see it every single day. I know where I need to be in life. And that's what keeps me going. Is that I know where I'm going. And if you don't know where you're going, you're going to be stuck. You're going to be stagnant. You're going to be like, I don't know what to do. The reason why you don't know what to do because you don't know where you're going. You don't know where you're going. Your mind is like a GPS. What you put in there is where it's going to tell you to go. So if you put in your mind that you don't know where to go, guess what? You ever try to put in something in a GPS and you had no service and it just didn't go nowhere? That's most people in the world. They try to use a GPS with no Wi-Fi or no cellular service, and they wonder why they're not going anywhere. Because I tried it when I was trying to get to Starbucks. It had no service or no Wi-Fi. So guess what? It just had me stuck one place. I'm just like, what's going on? The moment I pulled out the building, I had direction. So the moment that you pull out of this mindset that you have right now, you're going to be stuck right there. You're going to be stuck. The stinking thinking. Change your thinking. The moment you change your thinking is the moment you'll change your life. I keep telling y'all, I'm not perfect. I'm not this. No, but guess what? I know because I went through life. So I'm telling you things from experience. I'm not just telling you things just to tell you things. So I think that's all I got today for you guys. Hopefully, you guys was able to take something from it. I know every week I try to bring something different, but I'm telling you guys like this. I'm going to tell you all the time, somebody will be paying $6 figures to hear the same thing you just heard for the past hour. Somebody will be paying $1 million+ one day just to hear me speak for an hour. You guys get it for free. So I appreciate you guys taking time out of your busy schedule, to listen to everything that I had to say. But more importantly, I hope that you guys really just go out there. If you're 80 or 18, just take something because you can learn from anybody. You can learn from anybody. But guess what? Go out there and make it happen. Get you a journal. Listen, go get a new journal today. Go get a new journal today and just put in your goal. Start new. Be new. After this call today, I want you to be new. Be new. Go get a new journal and put down your goal. Put down everything that you want out of life. Put it in a book. Because guess what? Every time I run out of the old journal, I go get a new one. Journals, new journals. It costs 50 cents. But the things that you will put into that journal, priceless. So I thank you guys again for taking time out of your busy schedule. And hopefully you guys was able to take the information because next week I will be live from Miami, Florida. No, I won't. I'll be in Miami, but I'll be leaving on Tuesday. So I hope that you guys really take this information serious because guess what? You can live the life that you really want. You can travel. You can make money. Listen, you don't have to stop doing one thing in order to continue to live your life. Next week, I'll be in Miami. I'll be in Miami tomorrow till Tuesday, and I'll be in Maryland for a couple weeks. And then I'll be back in Houston, and I'll be, I plan on coming to Las Vegas in August, man. Listen, I'm living life. I'm making money. Nothing's going to stop me because I'm going to live my life to the fullest because I know that when I'm 80 years old, I'm going to look back and say, man, I lived a hell of a life. And I'm so happy that I lived my life to the fullest, and I didn't live my life to impress anybody else but me. So I hopefully that you guys can go out there and just have the same mindset of, listen, I'm ready to live life. I'm ready to live life the way I want to live life and not the way anybody else want me to live my life. Because at the end of the day, you are the only person that you have to answer to when it comes to your life. So hopefully you guys got to change your mindset and you're just ready to live life. Live your life to the fullest. Put your dreams on paper. No matter how big it is. Don't tell nobody how big it. Don't tell nobody you want to make $1 million a month, because the average person can't fathom making $100,000 a month or $1 million a month. Put it in a book. I start telling my goals to people, and I start telling my goals to my journal. And guess what? Since I've been doing that, life been great ever since. So I thank you guys again. I look forward to seeing you guys next week.